Everyone, today we will be discuss thermoelectricity. Previous class I will discuss electric power and electrical energy and Joule heating effect also will discuss. But today we will be discuss the heating effect. Either we will be discuss here the direct conversion of heat into electricity. Okay, heat converted into electricity, because previously we can discuss Joule heating law. Here when current is flow through the circuit, circuit, either conductor oppose the motion of the flow of current, then this opposition of the conductor, either this opposition of the carrier generate a resistance. This resistance, when the resistance causes the rise of temperature of a device. Okay, that's why we observe that any laptop, either any electronic gadget, we use it for a long time, then it will be heated up. Okay, because due to the Joule heating law, the resistance offer this resistance converted to heat energy. But here also in thermoelectricity we also study the heat that converted into electricity. Also we will also be discuss the electricity converted into heat. But here we concern about three effect, mainly Seebeck effect, Peltier effect and Thomson effect. But we will be discuss very concisely about these three effect, because to the limitation of your syllabus. Okay, first also we will discuss Seebeck effect. Seebeck effect, when a two different metal is connecting, two different metal, either dissimilar metal is connecting, and there presents a temperature difference between the uh, uh, between 2 point. If two different metal is connected and presents a temperature difference between any two end of these two metal, then there will be a current generated through this mm, conductor, either circuit. This is known as Seebeck effect. Okay, uh, it is defined as if an electric circuit is made up by connecting two dissimilar metal and junction of the two metal and are kept at different temperature, a current flow in the circuit in a direction depending upon the temperature difference between the junction and nature of the metal. This is known Seebeck effect. Okay, so first of all, for a single metal there will no presence of if for a only, if you think iron, a metal, and you uh, give temperature difference between two end, then there will be no flow of current, okay, through the circuit. But if iron and nickel, either iron with cobalt, two different metal, and connecting them in a circuit, these two different metal, when connecting them, they form a thermocouple. This is called thermocouple because this temperature difference generate electricity in the circuit. That's why this is called thermocouple. Okay, and the electric current is called in the circuit is called thermoelectric current, and the EMF generated in the circuit called thermo EMF in the circuit. Okay, and must you remember the circuit formed by two different metal whose junction of two different temperature, this is known as thermocouple. Okay, two different temperature and their presence a thermocouple. Okay, the Seebeck effect. From the Seebeck effect we also discuss. First of all, we follow from Seebeck effect. One is thermal energy that converted to electrical energy. Okay, next is, this effect is a reversible effect. That means if the temperature difference between two end, here also the image of this is figure 13.1, copper iron couple. If A is cold and B is hot, then temperature will flow through this circuit, through this thermocouple. And if cold point is transfer A point to B point and hot point is transferred to A point, then current will be flow in opposite direction. If first cold A and hot B, then temperature is flow from copper to iron. Now is temperature is hot is A point and B is cold point, then temperature either heat is flow from iron to copper, okay, opposite direction. So this is a reversible effect. Okay, now important of Seebeck series. Seebeck, before the scientist Seebeck perform a series of experiment with number of metal and create a thermocouple, and according to the series to their thermoelectric, and he arrange the metal according to their thermoelectrical property, and this series known as Seebeck series, which is as follows: bismuth, constantine, nickel, platinum, copper, lead, tin, gold, zinc, brass, iron, antimony. Okay, this is the series of metal. He perform experiment with different metal and arrange them according to their number one is bismuth, number two is constant, as like. Okay, important of this Seebeck series: from this series we can identify the direction of the current through the thermocouple. It also be obtained from the Seebeck series. That means if we connect with bismuth and constantine, and bismuth is low upper position of the series, and constantine is the lower position of the series, and hot point at bismuth, hot junction is bismuth, and cold junction is constantine, then current will be flow from hot junction of the to constantine, bismuth to constantine. Okay, for a given thermocouple across the hot junction, the current flow from metal appearing earlier in the series to the metal appearing later. Current that means flow from upper series to lower series. Okay, now second is the greater the separation of the two metal in a series, higher the thermo EMF for a given temperature difference. Okay, that means if you know bismuth and constantine, if you made a thermocouple, and bismuth and iron if you made another thermocouple, but the separation bismuth and constantine two successive series element, and bismuth and iron have a difference because in between bismuth and iron there is another different type of element, the nickel, platinum, gold, silver is present in between them. So if this gap is more, then higher EMF is generated with same temperature difference. That means if cold temperature bismuth and constantine, cold point temperature 0 degree and hot point temperature 100 degree, if they can create a temperature 1 milliampere, and bismuth and iron if same temperature difference and hot point is 0 and sorry cold point is 0 and hot point is 100 degree centigrade, then uh, for this thermocouple there will be you think there will be a current flow with more than bismuth constantine, that bismuth constantine thermocouple. That means if you think bismuth and constantine thermocouple 1 milliampere current flow, then bismuth and iron thermocouple 10 to 20 milliampere current will be flow. That means higher the um, gap, greater the separation between two metal in series, the higher the EMF generated for a given temperature difference. Okay, and here also given a thermo EMF for nickel and iron couple is greater than the copper and iron couple. Okay, for their separation. Okay, now this is the thermo EMF generated in the thermocouple in the Seebeck effect. If E, then the relation between thermo EMF and temperature is E equal to A theta plus B theta square. This is the relation between thermo EMF generated in Seebeck effect with the temperature difference. Theta is the temperature difference between cold and hot temperature. That means if cold temperature Ti and hot temperature is Tf, then theta equal to Tf minus Ti. Okay, this is not actual temperature, this is the temperature difference. Okay, E equal to Seebeck EMF, and A and B is a constant, but A is positive constant and B is negative constant. Okay, now if we draw E versus theta graph, this is a elliptical graph, semi elliptical. Okay, and here from this you observe that thermo EMF from origin 0 point, and theta is the another point and theta n is another point, and theta n is called neutral point and theta I is called inversion temperature. So what is neutral temperature and what is inversion temperature? The temperature theta, the temperature of the hot junction at which thermo EMF or thermoelectric current attain its maximum is called neutral temperature. From you observe it is clearly the from the graph thermo EMF versus temperature, you observe that when theta n, temperature difference is theta n, then you observe the maximum thermo EMF is generated in the circuit. When voltage difference in a circuit is more, then current will flow is more. Okay, this is the neutral temperature. And the temperature of the hot junction where the thermo EMF or current in the circuit is 0 and also change the direction is termed the inversion temperature. This is the theta I. That means if you rise the temperature of a hot thermocouple, if you rise the temperature of the hot point of a thermocouple, okay, but after a certain time you observe that the EMF will reduce, and after a certain time the temperature after a certain temperature the current in the circuit the thermocouple is 0, and also after from that point the direction of the current is changed. Okay, this is called inversion temperature. And theta n, that means neutral point theta n equal to theta 1. Theta 1 is equal to the temperature of the cold point. Okay, you must be remember. And theta is the inversion temperature by 2, then you get the neutral point. Okay, so from this is 0 0 is the cold point temperature. Okay, thermo if you this is the hot I yeah sorry to you, because 0 0 is the temperature of the hot point initially, and then you rise the temperature of the hot point by step by from 0 1 2 3 degree 4 degree 5 degree you think. Then if you observe that when temperatures rise initially from 0 to theta n, the EMF in the circuit generated is rise. After theta n, that when you rise temperature in the hot point, the EMF in the circuit is reduces. Okay, that's why the graph is fall, and at point theta I, the temperature theta I, the EMF in the circuit is absolutely 0. This is called inversion temperature. Okay, this is the Seebeck effect. So Seebeck effect nothing but the when two different there presents a temperature difference in two different metal connecting and form a couple, then there will be flow of current, okay, from hot junction to cold junction, the current will be flow. Okay, next is Peltier effect. Peltier effect is another effect when current sent through a thermocouple, then depending on the direction of the current, the heat is evolved at one of the junction which is heated, while the heat is absorbed at other of the junction. Okay, that means one junction point is heated up and other junction is cooled. That means there will must presence a temperature difference. Okay, so you must be remember that means here also be a thermocouple required, but in Peltier effect, sorry, in Seebeck effect you uh, externally given a temperature difference to the circuit, but in Peltier effect you given to the circuit either this thermocouple to a current, then this thermocouple generated by its own a temperature difference in the circuit. That means it is the opposite effect of Seebeck effect. Okay, evolve of the junction which is thus heated, which is absorbed at a point, and another junction, that means other junction is cooled it up. This is known as Peltier effect. The important of the Peltier effect is this: in this effect electrical energy converted to thermal energy, and this is also a reversible effect, and the amount of the heat rise in hot junction directly proportional to current passes through the thermocouple. That means higher the temperature difference, either higher amount of temperature passes through the circuit, more the heat evolve in the circuit. Okay, okay, now you know that the Joule effect, Joule heating law we discuss in electrical power and energy chapter. Joule heating laws, that mean current flow in a conductor, in a single conductor. Okay, there are no presence of thermocouple. When current is flow through a conductor, then conductor oppose the motion due to the resistance, and this opposition of the loss of due to this opposition, the energy is lost, and this energy is converted to heat energy. Okay, but this Joule heating law is not a reversible effect. Okay, reversible, that means if you change the direction of the current, then the heat will not absorb in the circuit. But in Peltier effect, this is a reversible. First of all, in Peltier effect, they are require a thermocouple, that means two different metal is connected and form a couple, and then you give a current to the circuit. If the current flow from A to B, if you consider from A to B, then A point is heated up and B point is cold. But if temperature, now the direction of the current is changed, then you will observe B is heated up and A is cold. Okay, that's why this is a reversible effect. But in Peltier effect, sorry, the Peltier effect is reversible, but Joule heating law is irreversible effect. Okay, also, uh, but there is a similarity. Joule heating, in Joule heating's law, this also be heat will be produced, and Peltier effect, both heat will be only Joule heating law, only heat will be evolved in the circuit. Okay, that means rise, heat will be increases in the circuit. But in Peltier effect, only there one point of the thermocouple is heat and other point of the thermocouple is colded up. Okay, next is Thomson effect, we will be discuss. The That means